Hey everyone, before I get started, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Nick Duda, and I've been working as a security engineer for many years at some very large and well-known companies. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to architect, deploy, and support many cool security tools. One of the most valuable tools in my arsenal has always been ForeScout CounterACT. I've implemented just about every piece of functionality the product offers, and in the companies I've done this for, it really got me thinking outside the box on some creative use cases over the years. So I decided I'd start a series of tips and tricks videos on how to use the product in some creative ways. Some of the videos will focus on specific features and how to use them, like today's video, while others will show you some cool policies I built over the years. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or want to see something in a future video. Today, I'm going to cover one of my favorite features that not many users know about, and it doesn't help that it's somewhat hidden in the interface as well. So before I get started with the feature, I want to kind of show you a policy. A common thing that I do when building policies is I will have a series of conditions that I commonly use across other policies. So for this example, on policy 1, I have a subrule where I have 3 conditions for matching a host. They're super simple. I'm looking for any hosts that has a NIC vendor of VMware, let's see, an OS fingerprint that contains Windows 10, and finally, if it's manageable via secure connector. So if we check out the result of that, we can see I have one system that's matching all 3 conditions for this rule. If I want to do this on another policy, I would have to build the same conditions. So I'd have to edit the subrule, and I would then go in and build the same conditions out. So NIC vendor, and I would add in the VMware. Hit OK, OK. I'd add in the next one for OS fingerprint, and I would say Windows 10. And then finally, I would add in the secure connector, and I would hit OK. And the same criteria, and change policy. And we can see now the system matches the same 3 once again. If I wanted to do this on a third policy, I would have to do the same thing, and the fourth policy, and so on and so on. And some conditions get really long. A lot of and ors. I could have about 6 or 7 conditions deep, and it's really annoying to introduce a new policy and have to rebuild all those conditions over. So there's this functionality built into the product called custom conditions, and we can find that by hitting the policies tab, and there's a button buried over here on the right side that says custom. If we click on it, we have the ability to create a custom condition. So we'll go ahead and we'll click add, and first give it a name here. We'll call it custom condition, and we'll build it one more time. So NIC vendor, add in VMware, add in the OS fingerprint for Windows 10. Finally, we'll add in secure connector, manageable. And you can see you still have the same ability to create a very granular and or logic flow with the appropriate brackets, the not criteria. You can give a description and so on. Hit OK. And now we've created the custom condition. If we flip back over to our policies, we edit our matched one on policy number 1. I'm going to go ahead and remove all those conditions that I manually added and replace them with the custom condition that I just built. And you can see here that it shows you kind of a preview of the conditions that you already built. And you have the option to say whether it meets the custom condition or it does not meet the custom condition. So here we can see we have just a single condition now rather than that long list, that long flow of all the other conditions we had. We say OK, and that's it. And The same system's obviously matching once again because it's matching those three conditions within the custom condition. If we come back down here to the second policy, all I would need to do again is add in that custom condition. And any other policies I keep creating, I can just use that same custom condition. So, we have two policies here, but let's say we're using this custom condition on 10 policies, and then you need to update all 10 policies with some new criteria. All you need to do is go into policy here and modify your existing custom condition and make changes to it, either add into it or make changes. So for example, let's say we determine that we no longer want Windows Manageable Secure Connectors to apply. So we want to see NIC vendor VMware, OS fingerprint contains Windows 10, systems that are not manageable via Secure Connector. Once we make the change, it's going to notify us that this change will affect two policies. Say yes, and that's done. If we flip back over to our two policies, we can see that that system no longer matches them because this system actually is manageable via Secure Connector, and now my custom condition says it wants to look for systems that are not manageable via Secure Connector. So this is, again, very valuable feature in ForeScout CounterACT because it allows you to build out custom conditions that are very granular, very specific to a certain set of criteria. One of the examples I've used this for in all the companies that I've worked for is building out a custom condition um, for company-owned systems, right? So traditionally using ForeScout, many companies will consider a company-owned system as one that is just manageable by CounterACT, right? So does it have Secure Connector running on it, or can it be managed without Secure Connector, so remote inspection or SSH and so on. Um, but there may be other conditions you want to look for on a company issued machine. It could be naming convention, so you could look at things like DHCP, host names. It could be, is there something uh, within a serial number? Maybe it's a make and model. It could be some information in a external database, things like that. You can have any conditions that you want to look for, things that are company, issued laptops or desktops or things like that. So that's kind of just give you an idea of some of the power behind this in particular feature. I use it all the time, and hopefully it's something that you'll wind up using. Hope this video is helpful, and look forward to doing another one soon. Thanks.